Hey everyone, this is Vivian with my spiritual GPS, and welcome to another weekly show. Today, I wanted to share with you one of the ways for female business owners to actually get things done and be focused. And this is one of the tools that I have been using to really help myself build a 6 to 7 figure business. So, let's begin. So, do you ever notice that in the morning, your mind, when you wake up, is everywhere, especially if you're a mom and you're used to doing and juggling multiple things at one time? So, you have probably kids to bring to school, although right now it's lockdown and pandemic, therefore, there's really not a lot of that because there's a lot of planning to really help have a schedule for the kids to be homeschooled, right? However, you still have to do your work. So if you're in business or you're planning on what your next move is when this lockdown gets lifted up, you probably need some form of a planner. Now, this was recommended to me and it's been very, very helpful. So I wanted to share this tool with you. I did a survey. It's like a quiz online, and it's from evo.com. So Project Evo, PROJECT EVO.org. And with that, they have different brain type relationships because, according to them, opposites attract. You have your core nature and you have a way to process your information. So you may be an alchemist, an oracle, an explorer, or an architect. So I happen to be an explorer. So then I got myself this planner because I still love writing and organizing that way. And for me, balance is super important. In other words, because I have 4 kids, I have a husband, and I'm running 2 businesses at the same time. Actually 3, but active in 2. I open up my planner, and I just want to share with you what is in here, right? So there's like a quote at the top. It is not uncommon for people to spend their whole lives waiting to start living. So that's why I came up with my uplevel2020.com, because I notice when we set a goal for ourselves and we're not really excited, it's not the ideal life that we really love living, I notice that people get bored or they stop being passionate about what they want to do for the day. It's like there's not enough energy, right, or fuel in order for them to start working towards that dream. So then we set up our goals and our dreams for the next 90 days. And that's how I get my clients pumped up, right? Because they have to be excited with their dream. All right, so back to this planner. So there's a date. So you put the date, and there's a box for me that says, today I'm grateful for. Why do we journal about gratitude? Because we know gratitude is an attitude. And when we're grateful for what we have, then we can have more. Then it goes to the next box, my most important task of the day. So it allows my brain to focus on 1 to 3 maybe important tasks. Now, with me as doing energy work, I have observed myself and found the best time to actually start working with clients. So I noticed that in the morning, I love to do my meditation and I love to do my nature walk. Therefore, I make sure that I put myself first before I even share myself, my energy, and my time with others. So I write that down, and then I write down my wellness activity for today. Obviously, if your body, your mind, your spirit, your emotions are all over the place, you can't really do the work, right? So, wellness activity. For me, like I said, if I have a lot more things to do, that's the time I actually slow down and calm down, right? For most of us, we think, oh my God, I have like 8 to 10 to-do list. How about the delegation part? I tell my clients, if you have anything $50 or less task and they're not really high value tasks, you do need to delegate if you really want to earn 6 to 7 figures. And then the next box is today I will have fun and create adventure by. So for me, fun is a value. It's one of my values for myself and my company. Therefore, I want to make sure that I'm having fun with whatever I'm doing. It could be listening to potential clients' problems, trying to find out if I can actually help them or refer them to someone who could. It could be, I'm just planning for the next month's event, right? Or it could be my Sedona Vortex Healing Retreat on September 18 to 20. So all of these things, marketing, social media, these are activities that I make sure that I can shift my attitude and my emotion first before I even do the work. And then at the bottom, there's notes. So there are today's priorities on the next page, 1, 2, and 3. A lot of the entrepreneurs I notice love to rush and love to get everything now. I was the same way. And I noticed that the more we rush, the more it seems like all the ideas are jumbled in our heads. Therefore, when you're writing your priorities, remember you only have, if you work 8 or 10 hours, right, in a day, you only have 3 priorities to work through. I used to do 8 or more, but I realized that's actually a self-sabotage technique. It is a way for you to not accomplish what you wanted to accomplish, and then you can beat yourself up. So I stopped doing that. I started just putting the 3 things that I really, really need to get done. Actually, I usually put 1. So like last Wednesday, I finished the final edit, of my manuscript for my second book, Money Blocks, 8 Steps to Get to 6 Figures in 90 Days or Less, which is going to be launching around June 10 or 11 of 2020 in Amazon. That's my ebook. Therefore, I wanted to do that. That was my priority. Obviously, there are other activities, like I have treated some clients, but at the same time, I needed to submit that last Wednesday. And then the next day was the book cover. I needed to make sure that I submit that to my editor. So it's so fascinating that when you finally have this priorities handled and you finish a task, do you know how much exhilaration and how much contentment you actually get? So a lot of times energetically, when we put so many unfinished projects and we're delayed, and then suddenly we say we procrastinate, but not really. It's just so impossible, humanly impossible for us sometimes to really finish the task because we put ourselves in this situation, because we also have family, we also have kids, husband, we have our household. That's like running another company, right? So it is important that you realize that everything can happen metaphysically, right? In the spiritual plane, everything happens split seconds. You think of something and it happens. Physically, it's different because you need your physical energy, your container, to be working well for you. You also need your execution of task. So if you're driving, of course, you have to factor in those allotted times. And you want to make sure that your life has a rhythm and flow. So I want to ask you, why do you really want to accomplish so many things? I have found that some of my clients have a past life experience and they actually, maybe they died early and they don't want that to happen again. So they have this sense of urgency. that they had to finish and accomplish something now. Again, in energy work, the busier you are, I suggest the slower you breathe. It's like you're pacing yourself and you're creating this rhythm that you are bringing in ease and flow, and you're actually bringing in some symmetrical rhythm to your life. The more you do that, the more you can observe the difference in how your life unfolds. My clients say, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I don't have to look for the next client. They just land on my lap and the orders keep on coming." And of course, they're happy because they're getting to their goal, because there's not a lot of effort. Effort brings your third chakra to overdrive. When you overdrive anything, even a machine, it'll overheat. Hence, it's going to be ineffective. It's like a machine that gets clogged up. So then you have to pull back from your daily activities, rejuvenate, and clean up that third chakra, okay, ground it to the earth, so that you can actually get back to your most efficient self, okay? All right, so again, I got my planner from projectevo.org. And for me, it's very helpful because I realize this is how my brain works, balance. So I have to make sure every single day that it is balanced. It may be different for you. You can take the test. You don't have to order the planner. It's just a way for you to really get a handle on your schedule, because why do we wait until we get sick before we actually do what's beneficial for us, right? The more you're able to do something for yourself on a daily basis, as if that's your whole lifetime, because who knows? We don't know if we're going to be here tomorrow. But if we did our best today, definitely you will feel the difference in how your life unfolds. So, if you want to put your schedule, there is like a box for the time, for morning, like what are your tasks? Because if you really write it down physically, you'll notice it's not in your head because it's now on paper. Time, then afternoon. What are the things you really need to get done in the afternoon? And then time, evening. Then at the bottom, there's the flow score today. Like my gratitude, it's like from 1 to 10. 1 is, of course, you didn't do a good job for yourself. And 10 is excellent. So it has those same boxes: gratitude, most important, wellness, and fun. And you have a score, so to speak. So my biggest takeaway from today, right? Is it a win, a lesson, an experience, or a discovery? Because there are no mistakes. When you think you have a failure, think of it as a feedback from the universe. It's just a way for the universe to tell you whether you need to adjust or not adjust, or keep on going, continue. So if your life is working for you, great. If you needed to shift it and have a new normal or new reality, this might be a helpful tool for you, a planner. Especially if you notice you're not quite grounded and you're all over the place and your mind is always busy. Again, if you write it down, you're doing a physical act of transferring this energy here down on paper, and then you can refer to it. If this is not convenient for you and you'd rather put it on your phone, that's another way of doing it. So I hope you find what is your brain type and start implementing good activities for you that would work for your style, your brain style, your schedule, your life, so that you can have the life of your dreams with ease, grace, and flow. Thank you. Until next week, this is Vivian again from My Spiritual GPS.